Belfast, Northern Ireland. The year is 1909. The sky is gray. Wind howls through forests of steel scaffolding. The smell of coal smoke and hot metal fills the air. Inside the Harland and Wolff shipyards, thousands of men move like shadows across an iron mountain. Their clothes are dark with soot. Their hands are scarred. Their faces carry the weight of endless labor. The sound of hammers never stops. Rivets scream as they are driven into glowing steel. Sparks fall like rain. They are building something the world has never seen, a ship called Titanic. For now, the name means nothing. It is only lines on blueprints, numbers, calculations, a dream sketched in pencil. But hidden in those drawings is an ambition unlike any before: to dominate the ocean, to create the largest, most powerful, and supposedly safest ship ever built by human hands. A vessel meant to stand above all others, a floating city, a monument to progress itself. Day after day, steel is cut, bent, and riveted. Hull rises slowly from the mud, an artificial mountain growing toward the sky. Men climb its sides like insects on a cliff, carrying tools heavier than their own bodies. Mist mixes with smoke. Winter cold bites their skin. Yet the work never stops. The Titanic grows, plate by plate, beam by beam, until she towers over the shipyard, blocking the sun like a steel cathedral. Newspapers begin to speak of her, a miracle of engineering, a floating palace. Some even whisper the word unsinkable, as if modern steel could finally defeat the ancient power of the sea. On May 31st, 1911, before tens of thousands of spectators, the giant is launched. Sirens scream. The crowd roars. The Titanic slides into the water for the first time, majestic and silent. A king born from fire and iron. But her story has only begun. Months pass. The interior is completed. Chandeliers sparkle beneath glass domes. Grand staircases curve like sculpture. Velvet carpets soften every step. Massive engines are lowered into her heart. A city is built inside a ship. And in the spring of 1912, her destiny finally arrives. April 10th, Southampton. The docks overflow with families, travelers, and dreamers. Before them stands a colossus nearly 300 meters long. 4 enormous funnels rise into the blue sky. People feel small in her shadow. Some are leaving their homeland forever. Some are chasing opportunity. Some are simply seeking adventure. All are staring at the same promise: a safe passage across the ocean aboard the greatest ship ever built. Inside, the Titanic is pure luxury. First class walks through halls of polished wood and glowing brass. A grand staircase crowned by a glass dome becomes the heart of the ship. White-gloved stewards guide guests to dining rooms where crystal glasses and silver cutlery wait beneath soft light. It feels less like a vessel and more like a palace drifting on water. Second class enjoys comforts once reserved only for the wealthy: clean cabins, warm meals, quiet libraries. A new standard of travel. And far below, in third class, the ship is alive with voices and hope. Immigrant families from Ireland, Italy, Sweden, and beyond gather in shared rooms. Children laugh. Songs rise in many languages. People clutch letters, photographs, and documents, believing the ocean ahead will carry them toward a new life. At noon, the ropes are cast off. The engines awaken. A deep vibration runs through the steel. Slowly, the Titanic pulls away from the dock. Hats are raised, hands wave, tears fall. The great ship turns toward the open sea. Destination? New York. She stops in France, then in Ireland, and then the Atlantic opens before her. For days, the crossing is perfect. The sea is calm, the sky is clear. The ship moves like a city drifting through eternity. Sunlight reflects from her white superstructure. Music fills the salons. Dinners unfold like ceremonies, course after course, as if time itself has slowed. On deck, couples stroll in heavy coats. On the lower levels, families talk quietly about the lives waiting on the far shore. But in the wireless room, warnings begin to arrive. Ice reported ahead. Icebergs on the route. The messages are received, noted, and set aside. Confidence rules the ship. She is fast, she is powerful, she is new. The ocean seems gentle. Speed increases. No one believes danger could truly reach something so grand. April 14th, Sunday evening. The ocean becomes unnaturally calm, like black glass. The air turns bitterly cold. Breath turns to mist. The stars burn sharply in a moonless sky. The sea is silent, too silent. At 11:40 p.m., the lookout sees a shadow, a shape darker than the darkness itself. "Iceberg, right ahead!" The command is given. The helm turns, engines reverse. But the ship is enormous. Her momentum is unstoppable. There is no explosion, only a long, dreadful scrape, as if a giant blade has been drawn along her side. Steel opens beneath the waterline. The Atlantic begins to pour inside. 5 watertight compartments flood. The Titanic can survive 4, but not 5. Shipbuilder Thomas Andrews walks through the lower decks, watching the water rise. He calculates silently. Then he speaks the truth to the captain. The ship will sink. Lifeboats are uncovered. Distress rockets tear red lines into the night sky. Yet disbelief spreads faster than fear. The Titanic still looks solid, still feels steady. Passengers hesitate. Some refuse to leave the warmth and light of the ship for small wooden boats on a freezing ocean. The first lifeboats descend half empty. The orchestra gathers on deck. They begin to play, softly at first, then louder. Music to calm the fear. Music to hold back panic. Music to give courage when hope is fading. Below, water climbs stairways and corridors. Cold floods into cabins. Families are separated. Mothers search for children. The bow sinks lower. The deck begins to tilt. The sea is taking control. At 2:18 in the morning, a sound like the collapse of a city shatters the night. The Titanic breaks in two. Steel screams. Decks tear apart. The bow vanishes into the abyss. The stern rises, silhouetted against the stars, its propellers lifting into the air. For a few seconds, it stands like a tower against the sky. Then it too slides down, engines roaring one final time until the ocean closes above it. In minutes, the greatest ship ever built is gone. Silence returns, and across the freezing water echo the cries of more than 1,500 souls. Hours later, the Carpathia arrives. Lifeboats drift among wreckage and bodies. Survivors are pulled aboard, shaking, numb, unable to speak. They have witnessed the impossible. The world awakens in disbelief. The unsinkable ship has sunk, and the name Titanic will never again mean a vessel. It will mean tragedy, human pride, and a lesson written in steel, resting forever in the dark, silent depths of the Atlantic.